ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this next episode of the Automated Millionaire video/podcast. Hi, I'm Mikael Pitzner, and I help small and medium-sized businesses, and I help them produce a better result, which means make more money with less effort and doing it in a speedy way. I do so by helping them implement a system that has proven its worth to actually be so successful that it helps 97-98% of all the clients. In fact, I would venture to say, but this is on my opinion, I would venture to say that the only ones that doesn't really help is for those who soon enough after it's been implemented actually just revert to their old ways. I've said this many times before in previous episodes that if you do what you've always done, you're probably going to get what you've always gotten. So again, I have a system that I've learned with the help of many colleagues that I hold in very high esteem, and I've seen it work with hundreds of companies, including the many companies that I've helped personally, and including the thousands and thousands of companies who have reported back how well it was working for them. Again, we are here in the Automated Millionaire video/podcast, and you may have noticed that we have changed out the artwork here behind me. And if you're new here, I welcome you. If you're just listening on the podcast, of course, you can't see my artwork, but if you head over to YouTube, you'll see the video channel that we have for the Automated Millionaire, and you can follow along on videos there too. Either or, this podcast or videocast is for business owners of small and medium-sized businesses, and it is to help you make a better result out of the business. Now we have reached, I believe, the 33rd episode here of this podcast or this channel, and I'm really excited about it because it took me a long time to get here. It took me a long time to overcome my own insecurities about putting myself out there, putting myself in front of the camera, putting myself to recordings, and then publishing it. We'll talk about in tomorrow's episode what that whole thing is about, because I believe we all go through some of those fears that we are facing when we need to get a result and we actually have to push through our uncomfort zone. This particular podcast episode here, I want to kind of like take the moment to stop up and say, well, why am I doing this? And I want to highlight why exactly that is. So first off, I've been an entrepreneur. I've been a employee first in my first corporate ladder job. I took a job as a car washer, basically, with the fourth largest car rental company in Denmark. And within a very short time period of about maybe 60 years or so, I moved up the ladder through the ranks, became a bookkeeper, and then became a leasing consultant, then became a sub-director, then a director, and eventually I took over the CEO position and actually also was invited onto the board of directors for that same company. Again, this was the fourth largest company of car rentals in Denmark. We were managing about $60 million worth of assets and had over 200 employees and a countrywide network of locations, and including sub-franchises. So it was rather substantial and so on. And outside of that, I've also then, a couple of years into my CEO position, I wanted to have my own company, and I've spoken about it in a previous episode also, that I purchased a company, the largest limousine service company in Denmark, which I then grew rather remarkably. It's a story for some of the previous episodes, but I grew it very remarkably. The first year of ownership alone, we more than 3.5-fold timed our sales, our annual sales for the company. And in the same year, our EBITDA, so our earnings before the taxes and interest and depreciation, amortization and so on, we actually 32 times that result compared to what the previous owner had. Again, with this channel, I'm trying to help by bringing what I've learned to my clients and to you, the viewer or listener, so that maybe you can learn from my experiences, learn some of my systems, some of my methods, something to look out for, so I can help as many people as possible. The reason I have a focus to doing so is that not only do I have a very high affinity for entrepreneurs, but also because I really truly believe that entrepreneurs, we actually have such an impact on the world. Through the ripple effects of us creating livelihoods for employees, and not just the employees, but maybe even their spouses, their children, and maybe their surrounding families and so on. We are creating such ripple effects that are so enormous and so positive that I really want to make sure that I do what I can to help promote better results for everybody. I'm also doing it because I've been on that side where things did not work out so good, and that I ended up really struggling, and I had, a lot of stresses. And I know what those stresses do to us, and for sure, if you're in that position, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a stress that carries over into your private life. Soon you have issues on the home front. You might even spill over to having issues, and not just in the work scene, but also with your health and a myriad of things. So at any rate, my dedication is really to entrepreneurs, and in this case, small and medium-sized businesses. Those are the kind of companies I've dealt with the most, and those are the ones that I truly believe that I have solutions for. Now, for this particular episode, and to round it off, I'm currently in a challenge with one of the mentors. I have many mentors. A lot of them are still currently active in their fields of various kinds, and a lot of them are from hundreds of years ago, and I learned from them through the mentorships and the books and whatever they left for us for the future generations. In this current challenge, this is with one of my mentors in the area of marketing. He's a brilliant marketer, and he's also a fun character and so on. And I really appreciate what he comes and brings to life with his wisdom within marketing. And he set out a challenge for us to actually say, well, what is your dedication for the rest of this year? So please allow me to round this episode up by reading aloud to you the dedication that I have set forth for myself for the rest of this year. So here goes. To those I can help, I promise to spend the rest of 2021 dedicated to helping you make a better business, which basically means help you make more money and to get your business more streamlined and high performing, so that you can possibly create the life that you always wanted. I'm going to do this by showing you what I've learned about business, and I'm going to show this to you so that maybe you too can finally get the results that may have eluded you thus far. I won't be perfect at this job here, and I most likely will stumble along a little bit, but I give you my word that I will do my utmost best. That's my dedication for the rest of this year, and I definitely hope that I shall be successful. If I just change a little bit with one person, I certainly know that I have influenced a lot of people. I have, for the past 3-4 years, I have helped a lot of businesses, and for some years I went actually to businesses on site in person and helped business owners. What I kind of lacked in that role, because I helped over 100 companies, and that was great, but the problem with that methodology is I can only help really one company at a time. By my new methods of bringing it online and have group coaching calls and availability to me in a group session, I can help many more people at the same time, bringing the cost of investment for people much lower too. And so that is my new dedication. So anyways, let's wrap this up. I hope you appreciate my dedication, and I hope that maybe you will be one of those people that I might actually truly help. That's my dedication, that I really get you an outcome, and by that outcome I really mean change the life of you and those around you. Change the livelihood and change the levels of stress and level of ease with which you're actually carrying out the business and making real results. This was Mikael Pitzner, also known as the Automated Millionaire, signing off, and I hope I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Meanwhile, I would love for you to hit the like button. I'd love for you to subscribe, and by all means, invite some of your friends that you might think that it could benefit to listen into these series. Thank you so much.